If you ever take time out on your flights to notice the engines of the planes you fly on, you'll notice a symmetry with the design of these planes. The aviation space thrives on standard and symmetry, so you'll probably see the same or a closely related wing, fuselage, and body design across different carriers. But if you fly on the Boeing 737NG and step back to look over its elegant, sprawling length, one major thing will surely catch your eye: the flat engines. If you stumble upon this unique sight, you do not need to panic or take flight anywhere away from the airport. There's a perfect and very logical explanation for this flat engine design, and we will tell you all about it in today's video. It is mostly all about ground clearance, bypass ratio, jet engines, and a few other things you'll learn from today's video. But before we proceed, please like and share this video. Also, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for our channel. Now let us head straight into our video. In the vast expanse of the aviation world, where every curve, angle, and dimension of an aircraft holds great weight, this flat engine ignited a wave of heated debates when it first came out, and rightfully so. The engineers responsible for this unique design were inspired by a bold idea to create a plane that would not only soar through the skies, they also wanted to build a plane that would revolutionize how we interact with the ground. This is how the idea of a flat engine design was birthed. With their distinctive shape and placement, these engines have sparked intrigue and speculation among aviation enthusiasts and curious minds alike. But what really lies behind this seemingly unconventional design choice? Why are the engines on the Boeing 737 flat at the bottom? Join us as we unravel the fascinating story behind this distinctive design feature by looking at 8 points that shape this incredible story in the timeline of the Boeing 737. Number 1. The origins, a quest for innovation. Our story begins in the innovative landscape of the 1960s, where Boeing's visionary engineers set out to redefine air travel by creating the Boeing 737. During the early days of air travel, ground operations were a wholly different ballgame. Instead of the sleek, containerized loading we know today, baggage was mostly unceremoniously hurled into the aircraft's wide cargo hold. Knowing they had to craft an aircraft that would revolutionize ground operations, Boeing aimed to design a plane that could be effortlessly boarded and loaded with baggage. Back then, today's aircraft mounting ladders were not a thing, so it would have been inconvenient for passengers to log their baggage and enter the plane if they had to mount at a steep height. After drawing inspiration from the evolving needs of airlines and ground crews, Boeing engineers embarked on a mission to create an aircraft that would set new standards for accessibility and ease of handling. To enable this idea to be converted to reality, the Boeing engineers designed a unique aircraft design that would pave the way for many other interesting developments many decades later. They crafted the engine of the 737 to sit low to the ground, with its fuselage hugging the tarmac with an almost felony grace. This low-slung design was more than just an aesthetic choice. It was a strategic masterpiece. It enabled ground crews to effortlessly toss bags into the hold without breaking a sweat or risking injury. In an era where efficiency was vital, the 737's ground-hugging stance revolutionized the art of aircraft handling and set a new standard for accessibility and ergonomics. This is how the early Boeing 730-100 and 737-200 came about. Number 2. The turbojet era with JT8D and beyond. Our story proceeds to the 1960s when the turbojet engine ruled the skies. It was a compact powerhouse that propelled aircraft through the air with thunderous might. Much like the legendary JT8D that adorned the early 737 models, these engines were built with a special grace and style, if you can put it that way. They resembled sleek cigars, and derived their thrust from the scorching hot gases expelled at the rear. The design of these engines, with their slender profile, played a crucial role in facilitating the aircraft's ground operations. It allowed for easy access and loading, and would address many of the problems associated with earlier aircraft models. These turbojet Titans were the perfect complement to the 737's low-lying design, enabling the aircraft to maintain its ground-hugging stance while harnessing the raw power necessary to defy gravity. It was a symbiotic partnership, a harmonious union of form and function that would pave the way for a new era of air travel. The turbojet era marked a period of significant technological advancement in aviation, with Boeing at the forefront of innovation. Number 3. A paradigm shift with turbofan technology. Fast forward to the late 1970s and early 1980s, and the aviation landscape witnessed a seismic shift with the advent of turbofan technology. Unlike their turbojet predecessors, turbofan engines revolutionized the industry with their unparalleled efficiency and noise reduction capabilities. They leveraged the power of hot air gases passing through turbines to drive a large fan at the front. In no time, these turbofan engines would usher in a new era of performance and sustainability. One of the most critical factors that influenced the design of engines at the time was something called bypass ratio. This bypass ratio, which is the air passing around the engine core, generated the lion's share of the thrust, propelling the aircraft forward with unparalleled efficiency. But the turbofan's true magic lay in its ability to tame the roar of flight. This helped dampen the once deafening noise levels associated with planes of that era and ushered in an era of serenity for passengers and communities alike. The introduction of turbofan technology represented a quantum leap forward in aircraft propulsion. It offered a compelling blend of power, efficiency, and environmental sustainability, and Boeing was not to be left behind in catching up to this sweeping wave. Boeing recognized the immense potential of this groundbreaking technology and sought to integrate it into its flagship 737 aircraft. This would eventually lay the groundwork for a new era of innovation and excellence. Number 4. Integration challenges and adapting to change. With the introduction of turbofan engines, Boeing faced a tough new challenge. They had to find a way to integrate these larger engines seamlessly into the 737 while maintaining the aircraft's operational efficiency. The turbofan's larger diameter meant that mounting it directly under the wing, as with the previous turbojet engines, would compromise the 737's low-to-the-ground design. This design was a hallmark that had become synonymous with its ground-handling prowess, so it would not be easy to ditch it at the time. Moreover, as the demand for air travel surged, Boeing wanted to enhance the 737's capacity by stretching its airframe to accommodate more passengers. This ambitious plan called for a comprehensive reassessment of the aircraft's design and engineering. With this challenge staring them hard, the Boeing team got to work as soon as possible. They embarked on a quest to preserve the 737's legacy while embracing the future of aviation technology. It was a delicate balancing act, a tightrope walk between tradition and innovation, and the solution they devised would become the stuff of legend. As Boeing embarked on this ambitious journey of innovation and adaptation, their engineers grappled with many complex challenges. They had to deal with everything from structural considerations to aerodynamic optimizations, and it was no mean task. Every aspect of the aircraft's design had to be scrutinized and refined to ensure seamless integration of the new turbofan engines, and this takes us to the next stage in this video. Number 5. Redesigning the engine configuration. As mentioned earlier, Boeing engineers had to work towards overcoming the structural implications of stretching the airframe and accommodating larger engines. One groundbreaking solution involved relocating the engines from beneath the wings to a position ahead of the wings, lifting them slightly from the ground. They devised a means to relocate the engines forward of the wings, and it was a bold masterstroke move. Not only would it provide the necessary ground clearance for convenient passenger mounting, but it also helped balance the aircraft's center of gravity as the fuselage was stretched to accommodate more passengers. This was a critical consideration for safe and efficient operations, and it shaped the new stream of planes that Boeing would later design. These planes include the Boeing 737-300, 737-400, and the 737-500. The redesign of the engine configuration represented a bold departure from conventional design norms. This daring design required careful engineering and precise execution. By relocating the engines to a forward position, Boeing achieved a delicate balance between aerodynamic performance and ground clearance. Their unique solution was to flatten the engine casing's lip at the bottom in a way that could conveniently house the engine while retaining the ground clearance their planes were known for. It was a better alternative to redesigning the entire landing gear to accommodate the new engine design provisions. It enabled savings in time and money, and meant that Boeing would not have to reinvent its wheel to take in the latest changes that were all the rage in the aviation industry at the time. This design would eventually lay the foundation for the 737's continued success. Number 6. Enhanced ground clearance with flattened engine lips. By flattening the engine lips, Boeing was able to achieve a more streamlined profile, reducing drag and improving fuel efficiency. This subtle yet significant modification showed Boeing's commitment to innovation and excellence and set a new standard for aircraft design and engineering. In essence, the team reshaped the engine inlet, flattening the bottom portion to gain those precious extra inches of clearance. This unique design feature allowed the 737NG to maintain its iconic low stance while embracing the larger, more efficient turbofan engines that would propel it into the future. It allowed for additional ground clearance, ensuring that the engines were not too close to the ground during various phases of flight, including crosswind landings. Maintaining a round bottom lip would have made them compromise on ground clearance, as the aircraft would risk scratching the ground under it. This is why the flat bottom lift design proved to be a great move. By optimizing the aerodynamic profile of the engine lip, Boeing achieved a delicate balance between performance and safety. Through careful design refinement and rigorous testing, Boeing engineers succeeded in creating a solution that would enhance the safety and performance of the 737 for generations to come. Number 7. Chipmunk shapes and side-mounted gearboxes. To further enhance ground clearance and aerodynamic efficiency in these aircrafts, Boeing engineers implemented additional design modifications. This includes relocating accessory gearboxes and fuel pumps from under the engines to the side to create a distinctive chipmunk shape on the engine nacelle. This innovative design configuration increased ground clearance and enabled the installation of quieter and more efficient turbofan engines. It went on to mark a significant leap forward in aviation technology at the time. To put it in perspective, the introduction of the chipmunk shape represented a paradigm shift in aircraft design. It offered a unique blend of form and function and became the new face of Boeing's carrier design. By optimizing the placement of critical components, Boeing was able to achieve unprecedented levels of performance and efficiency, setting a new standard for the industry. The flat engine design of the Boeing 737NG isn't just about aesthetics. It is a strategic choice to enhance aerodynamic efficiency. In traditional aircraft designs, engines mounted beneath the wings create additional drag, hindering the aircraft's ability to cut through the air efficiently. However, by flattening the engines against the wing surface, Boeing effectively reduced air resistance during flight. This streamlined configuration allowed the aircraft to achieve higher speeds while consuming less fuel. In an industry where fuel costs can make or break an airline's profitability, this was a critical advantage. Moreover, the flat engine design optimizes the airflow over the wings. It helped in maximizing lift generation and overall aerodynamic performance. With reduced disruption to airflow, the aircraft could maintain stability and maneuverability even at high speeds. In return, it would ensure a smooth and efficient flight experience for passengers and crew alike. Number 8. The legacy of innovation. Despite these monumental design modifications, Boeing succeeded in preserving the core characteristics of the 737. It retained its ease of handling and loading while ushering in a new era of efficiency and performance. Subsequent iterations of this plane, such as the 737 MAX family, witnessed further refinements in landing gear height to accommodate even more advanced turbofan engines. These impressive changes symbolize the relentless pursuit of innovation and excellence in aviation engineering that Boeing stands for. In the ever-evolving world of aviation, where form meets function and innovation knows no bounds, the flat engines of the Boeing 737NG series emerge as engineering marvels in flight. From their sleek aerodynamic profile to their practical advantages in efficiency, maintenance, and noise reduction, these flat engines have shaped the face of air travel to some extent for a very long time. The Boeing 737 remains an important point to note in the story of aircraft engine evolution. In the world of air travel, where every detail matters, this flat engine design has continued to evoke reactions from different quarters since it first took flight. To any other person who may have just spotted the design, it may be unsettling at first glance, especially if you are used to seeing aircraft with round engine designs. And in today's world, where some Boeing planes have been at the center of some safety issues, the little details have become even more important and hold significant weight. But when you are next able to fly on a Boeing 737NG aircraft, you can board the plane safely, knowing that the flat engine is no cause for worry, especially if you have watched this video. As the aviation industry continues its relentless pursuit of efficiency and innovation, the flat engine design of the 737NG will eventually give way to new technologies. Newer planes will feature an increased landing gear height to accommodate the larger and more efficient LEAP turbofan engines. This would subsequently bid farewell to the iconic flattened inlets that have defined the 737NG's distinctive silhouette for decades. Yet, even as this design element fades into the annals of aviation history, it will forever serve as a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of the engineers who dared to think outside the box, reshaping an industry icon to meet the ever-evolving demands of modern air travel. This is where we end today's video. We hope you have learned something new after watching today's video, and we look forward to having you when we roll out a new video. Please like and share this video if you haven't done so yet. Also, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our exciting videos. See you next time.